The ride that ended Jessica von Bredow Werndl's career with Gatsby. Now, that's the video we posted 2 days ago where she had a catastrophic ride on Gatsby in a young horse show in Bavaria. She was desperately trying not to get that video leaked. We published it, and here is the end result. This is from Ridsport magazine, which is a Swedish magazine. Here is the AI translation of that article. The ride that stopped Jessica von Bredow Werndl's career with Gatsby, misjudgment. A video where Jessica von Bredow Werndl has problems communicating with her horse has become a hot topic on social media. Now the rider admits to Ridesport that she regrets her actions. At a young horse championship in Bavaria recently, Jessica von Bredow Werndl had a catastrophic performance, and her horse, Great Gatsby Oldenburg, did not move forward. He threw himself around in the pirouette and shied several times. He showed reoccurring flight behavior during the program. Despite the problems, the rider chose to continue and was not stopped by the judges. The rider now admits that she made a mistake by not stopping earlier. Gatsby came to, this is now quoting Jessica on her Instagram. Gatsby came to me at 7 years old. He's a very talented and sensitive horse, and I often post videos on Instagram to share his development with my followers, she explains. Affected by the arena atmosphere. This summer, the pair had top placements in I2. In icing 2 weeks ago, he was initially good to ride, and then he was fine from the day before the competition, even during the warm-up. But unfortunately, he couldn't maintain that feeling in the arena. He was affected by all the people and the atmosphere. I tried to give him security and confidence. It was important to me that in that moment, he not immediately leave the arena, but wait for the situation where I could leave the arena with a positive feeling for Gatsby instead of him fleeing from there. I talked to him throughout the ride and encouraged him, hoping he would become calmer and trust me. Jessica notes that every horse is special and requires different solutions. For example, in a similar situation, I ended a ride immediately. This time, I hoped he would relax during the ride. Unfortunately, we did not succeed. I constantly questioned my own actions, and looking back, I have would have rendered. Jessica says that training horses is a developmental journey for both horse and human. Acknowledge they reached the end of the road. At the same time, it's also important to acknowledge to yourself that when you can't do anything or a horse simply doesn't want to be a competition horse. I have now reached this point with Gatsby. After the start and icing, I told my family and Fanzi, who was with me, that it made me very sad, but I realized I couldn't give him the confidence on the competition track. Side note, he was competing last weekend with a different rider. What happens now, I don't know yet, but the important thing is I will determine what's best for Gatsby and do everything I can to ensure a good life. The ride was taken down from the site. The competitions were filmed by Clip My Horse, but the ride from Jessica and Gatsby is no longer available on the site. However, it has been shared by sites like Dressage Hub Official. Ridesport has asked Jessica whether she requested the video to be removed and the motivation for that, but they has not yet received a response to those questions. You can actually hear her ask to have that video pulled down on the ride. Maria Ring, country manager in Sweden for Clip My Horse, which also handles the FEI broadcasts, tell Ridesport that the FEI recently tightened the regulations to make it harder for riders to request video removals. Previously, it was available to ask us to remove clips, although it was not common, but just a couple of weeks ago, a new policy came where riders must apply in writing and motivate why they wanted something removed. Maria Ring gives an example of riders wanting to remove an unsuccessful jumping round with a horse that is to be sold, and she thinks the new policy is good. She cannot answer how CMH in different countries chooses to follow the FEI's policy at national events, but believes it should apply throughout. FEI motivates this new policy by wanting to cover everything. Pure accidents where horses and riders are injured will still be removed, but otherwise the FEI wants transparency throughout the entire competition. However, that's the end of the article. CMH did do a takedown of the video on our YouTube channel. It's everywhere now, and people have screen recorded it and shared it, and it's everywhere. But CMH did come to take that video off our channel, so stay tuned. This is all developing.